Today we're here with Eric. We're going to do a little runner spotlight. Eric is a coach for Couch to 5K. They're training for the Jingle Bell Run, which is going to be this weekend. So I know everybody's excited to go down there and run the Jingle Bell race. But how long have you been running? Let's start right at the beginning, you know?
Just under 14 months now.
14 months,
14
okay.
months.
So what got you into running?
It's been a year ago, November,
Right.
46th birthday. I was getting ready for bed that evening, walked upstairs, and I got out of breath going to bed. And that was kind of my aha moment. And said,
Right.
You know, enough's enough. I was 260 pounds at the time. And the next morning I walked in here, talked to Craig.
Well, okay.
And-
So you said, hey, look, I had enough, and you went down to the running store.
Absolutely.
That's a pretty ballsy
Yep.
move. I mean, right
And
there. Yeah.
I had been watching from afar for a while, so
Yeah.
I'd seen the groups running in the neighborhood, but just hadn't got up the courage to do it yet. And so that was kind of
So you came in and signed up for a group?
jumped right in the middle. I think they were 2 or 3 weeks into it.
Okay.
And I said,
Couch to 5K?
yeah,
Or what?
Couch
Okay.
to 5K.
Right.
And in my mind, I was still 26. I could do the
Okay.
5K the next day.
So how'd that go? I know with me starting out, my body was screaming, saying, hey, what are you doing? Get back on the couch, eat some bonbons, watch Oprah, that kind of stuff. So, I mean, how long did it kind of take your body to realize, okay, hey, we're going to do he's going to do this every day now, or he's going to do it, consistently?
Right. It was an eye-opening experience from moment one. I think the very first run walk was in the neighborhood of 60-second runs, 60-second walks, somewhere along that line.
Okay.
It was very difficult.
So how did it feel when you got done with that first 5K?
When I finished the first 5K, felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good. In fact, I ran it right around 30 minutes, so I came a long way.
Wow. Okay.
In a couple of months.
So you started seeing your body started adapting, I guess.
I did. I started seeing a lot of improvements very quickly.
Right. Fantastic. What's happening now? So you went there, you started moving. I mean, what kind of you follow a schedule? Do you just run by feel? Now that you're into it now, 14 months. I mean, I know you just ran a half marathon.
Right.
So, I mean, that's pretty good. In 14 months, you go from not being able to walk up the stairs to now I'm running a half marathon.
Right.
So I know you just ran a trail marathon, a half marathon this weekend. I mean, what kind of schedule? What are you doing? I mean, do you follow a schedule? Do you just run by feel? I mean, how does that work out?
I do follow a schedule. I find that what works best for me is the schedule. If I do it with, as you know, we're all busy. We all lead crazy lives.
Right.
And if I don't build my runs into my daily schedule, I treat them as business appointments.
Okay.
Quite frankly,
Yeah,
and
perfect. I think that's
I put
great
them into
myself.
my calendar.
Yeah.
So whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, they're part of my business schedule.
Right.
And so yes, I follow a set schedule.
I found that helped me out immensely when I first started because I knew, okay, tomorrow I got 3 miles I got to run. The next day I'm doing 1.5 miles, whatever it may be. Right. And I can kind of gauge it. When I was running that 1.5 miles, I was hating that last half mile. I was thinking, man, I can't wait till we got done. But the next day I'm running 3 miles. I didn't have that feeling until about 2 miles in.
Right.
Right. So it's kind of weird on how you can kind of mentally prepare yourself having that schedule and doing it.
Exactly.
So if you had any advice for a new runner, it would be?
New runner, my recommendation would be join the Tri-State Running Group. Join any running group. Get with like-minded friends that run.
Yeah.
There's no way I would be here today if it wasn't for
That's
the running
nice of you
group.
to say, yeah.
Well,
misery loves company. So,
Absolutely.
it's always nice
Absolutely.
to, yeah. And that's one of the things we tell people, come in here and, that's the hard part. We're going to do the rest for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the big thing is, is having a plan, or just getting a running buddy. That works out. Works out good.
Especially those cold, rainy mornings. A group of friends are here waiting on you. It's easier to get out of bed than if you're trying to knock this.
Well, that's really fantastic. So, not out of breath anymore. I mean, the body's adapting. Everything's working out well.
The body has adapted well. That process probably took me in the neighborhood of about 6 months, probably to totally adapt.
Now, you do any kind of cross training or anything like that to
I am.
help aid with the running part?
I am. I I started doing some last summer. Started doing some CrossFit.
Okay.
And I did that through the 5 and 10K season last year.
Right. So you don't mess around. You
And-
jump right. I'm out of breath. I'm going right down to the running store.
Yeah.
I want to start cross training. I go down to CrossFit. I mean, there's no middle ground. It's like just all in, huh? Right
That's
in at the deep end.
that's me. Just
Right. Okay. That's the way it sounds. So great.
Absolutely.
So good. So you find it. I mean, does that help you running? Doing the CrossFit, the cross training.
It has helped tremendously.
Right.
I kind of got out of the habit of that once kids get back into school over the summer.
Yeah.
But,
Once again, life, the schedule. Once again, why the schedule works so well.
This fall, with my new running plans, I realized that if I wanted to be successful in those, I needed to do something to continue to strengthen the legs.
Right.
So I've gotten back into the CrossFit. So I'm about week 4 back into
Okay.
the new program.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
And
legs-
recovery is a big thing. When you start doing a bunch of that stuff, then you got to start judging. Hey, what. But it's having a goal.
Right.
Running is it. So having CrossFit help
Yep.
my running out.
Yep.
And being able to be able to recover.
That's
So let's go short-term goal.
Yep.
What do you got for short-term goal?
short-term goal. I guess would be April of next year.
Okay.
Biting off my first ultra.
Okay.
With, the Yamacroft 50K.
Fantastic. Okay. Once again, so jumping right from you got a marathon plan anywhere in between here? We're going from 13-mile race right to 50K race,
Well,
which is 31 point something miles.
Right,
I mean.
right. We'll treat the marathon will be part of that 50K training program. So
Okay.
just figure
So
we'll knock them
Organized one, or you might look at one to do as a training run
Correct.
type thing. Okay.
Correct.
All right. That's great. Now, long-term goal.
Oh.
That's the short-term goal, which is pretty crazy. Let's hear what the long-term one is.
It's probably the craziest yet.
Right. Okay.
So my goal, I'm 47 right now. So my goal by the time I hit my 50th birthday is do a half marathon.
Okay. Fantastic.
I've got to figure out that whole swimming
Right. Well, it's once again,
before we tackle that.
Yeah. It sounds like, hey, with everything else you've done so far, where you've come in 14 months, I mean, I see no problem with that happening. So.
Thank you.
One last question. We're taking a lot of time. What's your favorite piece of gear? You had to pick
piece of
one
gear.
right now.
Two things I can't live without: my foam roller and my stick.
Okay.
They're
All recovery items.
all
okay.
recovery items.
Nothing
are
to
key.
do with running, or
No.
well, it has to do with running, but recovery. Okay.
Take them with me on races. Use them every day.
Right.
They're the keys.
Now, do you schedule that into? Because I know one of my biggest problems is if I get hurt, I'm right on doing something.
Mhm.
If I'm feeling good, I'd never go back to doing that foam roller or the other stuff. So, I mean, do you schedule that in? I feel like I'd have to schedule that in. And I do that when I'm hurt or I got a niggle at this or that's bothering me. I'll do that. I mean, do you do the same thing? I mean, it's kind of like with the running.
I wouldn't say I necessarily schedule it per se,
Right.
but in the beginning, yes, I was more. I didn't do it until
Right.
I was hurt,
Right.
which is a little too late
Okay.
to start that process. Since I've gone through some of those earlier pains, I tend to do it on a more regular basis. Pretty much every evening.
All right. Well, fantastic. Eric, thank you so much for coming
Thank
in
you.
and talking with us, man. Good luck in your short-term and your long-term goal.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank
Just remember, running is easy. Right, left, repeat. Just don't forget to smile.